Hi, everyone. I am here to talk about Through the Veil. And I loved this painting. I know I love them all. What am I going to say? I did create them, but I don't feel that because I created, I love them. It's the painting itself took me on a journey, right? The painting itself taught me so much. This painting, Through the Veil, reminds me of Interstellar. And if you haven't seen that movie, you need to, with Matthew McConaughey, because he really helps us understand what the fifth dimension kind of is. And that's this painting. It's kind of like through Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass of like, we're small and there could be way larger beings, or are we the large beings? And then there's other smaller beings, like both are true, right? Or both can be true. And it's about bending. And that's why there's like this bent tree in this painting. Like we have to bend our perception, what we think is true. We have to really become flexible in our thinking space as we move into the future, as we move into these other realms, because things are not what they seem, okay? And Interstellar really helps us understand that. Like when he was pushing things, the books off the shelf, right? And he was doing that to help himself, kind of thing. And she thought it ended up being the profound thing that ended up her creating all of that technology to bring him home, right? So it's like it's giving me chills just even talking about it. It's that idea that your future self is helping you right now. And right now, you can help your past self. Sending it love, giving it protection when it needed it, giving it love when it needed it, right? Time is not linear. So it's like this painting kind of embodies that. And it's a blue being, which represents Palladian. Palladian represents wisdom of this emotional maturity, this emotional wisdom, this understanding of how to do this. And partly we have to master our breath, and that's why she's blowing and she's kind of breathing into these other beings. And now there's like this portal of these other beings kind of coming through. Because behind the scenes, you see this other reality kind of poking through this orange and yellow reality. And that's this other idea that, heaven on earth. It's here. We're meant to create it. And it's a perception shift. We have to move out of fear-based thinking. We have to move out of hierarchy. We have to remember the light that we are. So before we can even move out of hierarchy, we have to love ourselves. We have to love the separate parts of ourselves, the parts of ourselves that needs the separation or needs to blame or needs to have the conflict, to remember the light that we are. And this other part of this octopus kind of coming up in the painting is it's your intelligence, right? But it's your intuitive intelligence. And it's also your sexuality. It's also this kundalini awakening. It's about remembering pleasure. Pleasure is part of the human experience, and we have to know what brings us pleasure. We have to know, and we've got to bring that into our experience here. Because it's in that is also our intuition. It's also our needs and wants. It's our authenticity. And that's what kind of helps us know what to create, knows how to create this, because it's in your intuitive space that these new technologies are going to be born. Your new ways of being are going to be born. Like it's coming from us. It's coming from you. And so we got to get our parts online so we can remember who we are, so we can do the thing that we're meant to do, right? That's what this painting is about. Through the veil, like things are not as they seem. Let's step through the portal, right? All right, sending you so much love.